I get to show up, play with cameras, and make videos basically every day, and get
Yeah.
paid. So
Yeah,
it's vibey right now.
I could tell, bro. I could tell like your sense of like your passion in that because of like whenever we talk and stuff, bro, you're like doing all this like shit. Like whenever you told me about the network shit, I was like, I just like I love that like as somebody who's wanting to like get to a point in my life where my dream is like at the forefront is like seeing you like be so like enamored with what you're doing, bro. It's very like motivating. And that's how come every time I'm talking to you, I'm like, bro, that's a good energy, bro. Like thank you, bro, for like just telling me and like giving me kind of like that motivation. But like kind of bouncing off that, you said something about your like whenever your one of your goals was to get into Sundance, and so I wanted to ask, what do you think is like an important factor in like goal setting? Like what like whenever you make a goal, what do you think is like the like this a feasible like what do you think should this be realistic? Do you think I should shoot for the stars? Like what do you think about whenever you're making a goal?
I think, like, for me personally, making a goal is, I feel like, a different piece of advice than I would give somebody in general for goal setting, right? So it kind of depends on the person. I know for me personally, I'm a very goal oriented person. Like, for example, I have sticky notes right now. I can't turn my camera around because it just won't work, but I have sticky notes on my wall right
Yeah.
there that it's just like things that I want to get done, ideas that I want to check off, and that kind of thing. And there's little check boxes next to the ones that I've already done. And so I like being able to go through and check all those boxes. Low-key, it's one of the things I also say about movies that I think are good but not great. I'm like, well, it checked all the boxes, but I didn't want to take the sticky note down. And so for me, I like going through and like knocking all those down, right? Not everybody's like that. And so for somebody who may think a little differently than myself with goals, I'd say like a big thing is think about what you really want. Think about what your real desire is. So like for me personally, my real desire is to direct and be behind the camera and work directly with actors. That's my real desire. In a strange way, I don't get to do a ton of that because I edit so much that like a lot of my goals end up coming through editing because
Yeah.
that's what I end up doing more, right? And uh da 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 da. But so first, finding that passion, finding that lane that you want to, navigate through, and saying like, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing, and essentially being a unstoppable force going through that lane.
Yeah.
And once you do that, and once you're that unstoppable force, you'll at some point receive some friction, and that can be, friends and family, that can be the world, society, bills, it can be a whole fucking slew of things. And it's being able to push that and push that and push that and push that until you don't push it directly, it'll push outward. And so that one lane will then turn into a couple, and then that couple will turn into several, and that several, and it'll almost bloom out to where like that's where you start to become more well-rounded. And so
Mm.
if you're not a very goal-oriented person, the only thing that you really have to do is meditate and find what things you're really passionate about, and then just go for them broadly. And once you do that, you'll start to find these little things that just help you add on and add on and add on.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. Definitely
Snaps,
attest
great
to that.
No, no,
answer.
no, no. I was just
Yeah.
thinking about what he just said about setting goals and figuring out how to get to where you need to be, but doing it in a broad term, because in my life right now, I got a couple goals and I'm trying to like get to, and I'm trying to move out. I'm trying to become like get all these things together, and it's a really hard thing to do. It's a really hard thing to do and like figure out. And
Yeah.
but getting there is a journey. It's a journey. And like Joy was talking about earlier, how like she got out of Knoxville and she was like, all right, I finally feel kind of in place a little bit. And that junk's beautiful. That junk's beautiful. And so I wanna say thank you. I wanna say thank you putting me on game for real.
I think
And
there is a lot to be said about like a catalyst that can kind of spark some positivity in your life. So like for Joy, right? Like that was moving out of Knoxville. For me, it was finally being able to fucking quit at Olive Garden. Like having a catalyst, whatever it may be, can really like impact you in a positive way. There's a
Yeah.
Since I'm the fucking movie nerd, I got to make a movie reference here. Uh, it's a film with Ryan Reynolds called Waiting,
mm,
and it's literally about these waiters at a restaurant called Shenanigans, and oh fuck, what is the kid's name? I can't remember. But one of the other waiters that's like a coworker to Ryan Reynolds, um, he like hates his life there and shit. And I low-key resonated with him a lot at the time because I fucking hated waiting tables, right? And
Yeah.
he goes back to one of the chefs, and the chef was talking about like, you just need a catalyst in your life. You just need a catalyst. He was like, at one point, they started playing this game around here, and I won't spoil what the game is because it's wild that they play. Uh, but he was like, at one point, they started playing this game around here. Morale went up. I was the catalyst. Maybe for you, your catalyst is you. And he was talking about like, maybe you go hook up with the other server. Maybe you just quit. Maybe whatever the fuck. And so like at the end, he quits, and like there's this whole shtick about it. But like, even though he's got no job going forward, like he's happy because there's that
Yeah.
change, and it's
Yeah.
that release that you can find.
Bro,
And two, after
Dalton.
the oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, and two, kind of after the catalyst happens, you slowly start to build momentum. So, like for you, it was quitting, but you were quitting for a reason because you were starting this new opportunity that was going to advance your career. And as you're working, you're building momentum. And like part of that journey, part of building that momentum is going to lead you to Sundance. But that's not where it stops. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
exactly.
it's just gonna keep going.
Some
I
might argue
think
that's where it starts.
too, yeah. I mean, it's a new catalyst, really. I think you can't say that it's just one, really,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
your life is constantly changing anyway, and you're constantly improving and growing. So you'll have plenty of catalyst. That may be a catalyst in the end of this cycle of okay, I'm here editing non-narrative work, branding work, and now I'm doing my real passion working with actors. I think Nick and I are lucky to say that we worked with you first. We were
High key.
here.
High key.
Um, because I think when you get behind the scenes, I mean, every film or project we have worked on, I have like been in love, and I have not found any like pure, authentic joy like that. Like, and I don't mean joy
Aw.
as in me, I mean joy as
Nah,
the feeling.
nah.
But I also mean me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a double
I
entendre.
think, huh?
So that's a double entendre.
Facts. I am a double entendre. So I think seeing you work is breathtaking and refreshing because you're all in. And when you say you are working with actors, you are really working with them. I remember when we were doing Die for You, and it was the opening scene that we did. Also, disclaimer: Die for You is a movie or a short film that Dalton wrote, directed, did everything for. So
I didn't do the
casting,
music for it.
no.
I didn't do the music for it. I can't take credit for that one. I
With
had
the
a lot of
person,
help to make it sound beautiful.
Nick, didn't you do the music for it?
Nah, I did a song, but he like orchestrated. You orchestrated that shit, bro. On that shit, cause you orchestrated that shit, bro.
Yeah, I had so Nick had um in a way it was the third song of three, but in a way it was also the second song of three because the music that plays in the credits, I had the instrumental rolling in the intro.
Mm.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I got a shout out actually. We got a shout out my man Christian or Lloyd for that song.
Shout out
Back in
Lloyd.
Houston, we went to high school together, and I saw him put that song on Instagram like months before the screenplay to that was even written. And I was listening to it while I was doing final revisions, and I texted him like in that moment. I was like, "Hey man, this is kind of the idea for the story. Can I put your song on this?" And he was all about it, and like really easy to work with. So shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
I miss you.
And can you talk about how um music was kind of embedded in the story and in what you were writing? Because I felt like when we first started writing, you made a playlist for I know you did it for Diana, my character. I don't know if you did it for Chris's character.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
I did.
but that playlist was so like, oh, I get her, without even like knowing what I was gonna say. I literally understood her from the beginning of the playlist. I still have the playlist. Like
Yeah,
I
I do
understood
too.
I understood her from that playlist. So I think that film had a lot of musical influence. So can you just kind of talk about where that stemmed from?
So I mean, like, there's music is such a big fucking part of film in general because and part of it is because like art reflects reality, like as we're all aware, right? And music, I feel like, is such a big part of people's lives, especially now. It always has been, but I feel like especially now, everyone's got like headphones that literally right here in our pockets always. Like
My
everyone's
phone.
got these little devices in our pocket that can hold thousands of songs from of any genre, from any era, by any artist ever. Like there's so much accessibility to music now that it's such a big part of our lives. That like it's obviously big to me for characters and for themes in cinema. um I actually have a playlist on Apple Music that's just called Film Inspiration, and I think it's the longest playlist I've ever made. I can actually pull it up right now and tell you how many hours it is. But it is completely like just nonsense. If you were to scroll through, you'd be like, there's no theme to this at all. It's just songs. And it's almost like I just hit shuffle on all songs, and then just added them all in here. But what I've done is I've kind of curated songs that whenever I listen to it, it makes me feel a certain type of way, or I can, like, if I close my eyes for a second, I can kind of see a certain type of thing. And I just throw them all in there. So then anytime I'm like, kind of starving for an idea, I can just fucking hit shuffle, and something will take me to a certain point in time whenever I felt something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, I digress on that. The playlist is 126 hours
Whoa.
and 32 minutes with about 2,000 songs in there. Ranging everywhere from ASAP Ferg to
Oh, I remember this playlist.
the Allman Brothers to fucking Bryson Tiller to Chris Daughtry, Dolly Parton, Dr. Dre, Michael Jackson, the Eagles. Like, it's full of just different shit, right? From all over the place. Um and so the way that, like, I did Diana's playlist for Die For You was there's a couple things that went into it. There's what songs would Diana listen to as a person, because I feel like so much of who we are as people is what we identify with what we listen to and what we watch and what we enjoy, right? Like, you guys can probably see behind me, I got a Logic poster and a Kanye West poster. That's not by accident, that is by design. I'm a big fan of both of those artists, and I choose to listen to and identify myself with the music that they make, right? We're all that way.
Yeah.
um and so that was the first thing with the character playlist, was music that they like. And then the second thing was what kind of music would somebody who doesn't know her think that she would listen to? And it's been a couple of years since I built that playlist, so I can't think of one off the top of my head. But I'm sure if I like dug through my notes fucking somewhere I could find it, right?
Mhm.
And then the final thing that I put into it is what things that are said in songs would people say or think about her?
Follow me, I'll show you all you wanna see. Show you all these living scenes. Show you things you couldn't dream. Follow me, I know you wanna see. Can see it in your face. You seem the type to like to try new things. You can't fool me.
So, like, fuck. There's
Like
I
I
know
can
there's
give
a
you
song
some.
example
I can
that
give you some. There,
yeah,
he
yeah,
has
yeah. Let me hear some.
all of ASAP Rocky. Um, hold on.
Oh,
Sorry.
is that
Everything
excuse
from
me?
At Long. Yeah, that was Excuse Me from
Yeah.
all the songs from At Long Last ASAP. Those are the first. You've got Bazzy, Mine, B.O.B., Both of Us featuring Taylor Swift.
Yep.
I Know,
Fuck
Big
is
Sean and
that?
Janae Aiko. Street Punks on a Freight
On a
Train, Bryce
Freight Train by
by
Bryce
Bryce.
Vine. Yo, that's a good one. So, Street Punks on a Freight Train would be a good example of that third one. What people think about her. And
Hmm.
so I remember whenever I put that one in, that would be the song from the perspective of uh like the boyfriend that she leaves at the very beginning. That's almost like from his perspective. So if you listen to it in order, it's low key kind of weird
Yeah.
because they're I think I put them in alphabetical, but
No, you
like
put an artist.
artist alphabetical.
Yeah. Well, if you have like, okay, so you have all of Kanye West together, and then everything
Mm.
from each album is together. You
Okay.
get what I'm saying? So it's all
Yeah, that's the Apple Music way, I guess.
together. Yeah, I mean, it helped me because this playlist was it was broad but very specific. Um, it was the same girl for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's what I got, and then I understood her. Think because we never really had that conversation about what other people would think about her, but from the playlist, that's what I got. And
Yeah.
it may not be all the songs that you picked. You get what I'm saying? But I felt that. And from there, it was easy to take her character and then like instantly I knew where Diana would shop. I know what she does like on her free time. You know what I mean? Like I know when she's listening to SZA and when she's listening to ASAP. Like I just kind of it made it so much easier to adapt with the character and build with that. So I think that was like it was different. I never really seen that before. Not that I'm just like this big actress who works with hella directors, but like I I have never seen that take before. So when you sent it to me, I was like, oh my god, this was perfect. I almost, I mean, of course you have to read the script, but I almost didn't have to read the script to resonate with her.
Yeah, you could kind of find your way into her character because you're essentially putting on her headphones,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's I feel like that's a pretty personal thing now.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like the thing that you said about like artists and like art in general is like everybody finds like different values that they resonate with in like art. Like for example, how you said you listen to Logic and Kanye. I was actually gonna ask like what kind of values do you find that align with their music you find yourself?
Confidence, a big
Okay.
thing, dude. Like so I started listening to Logic before I really started listening to Kanye, but I had heard of Kanye before Logic, right? Like
Right.
we were all kids and heard of Kanye. Um, and so whenever I was like, fuck, how old was I, dude? I was like 13, 12, 13. Like I was in middle school, and
COD montage days.
yo, literally COD montage days. And no, I think I was 13 because my great grandpa had just passed away, and he really liked Frank Sinatra and like the big band sounds, right?
Hmm.
And so I didn't know much about it, but my dad and my grandma, told me all about that. And so I was listening to it, and I went down like a rabbit hole on YouTube of Frank Sinatra songs, and like fell in love with Frank Sinatra and like all of his music. I actually just bought a Frank Sinatra vinyl at McKay's like 3 days
Hey.
ago.
Dang.
Yeah.
Vinyl
And
gang.
do what?
I said vinyl gang.
Vinyl gang. Yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got Jacob for Christmas, was a record player.
Yeah,
Nice.
he showed me that. That was
Dude,
fly.
it's pretty dope. Um but so I went down this rabbit hole of like Frank Sinatra stuff, right? And I ended up like stumbling across Logic Young Sinatra. And I was 13 on YouTube. I didn't know what the fuck it was. It didn't look like anything different. It just looked like a different album cover. And so I clicked on it, and it was As I Am by Logic, which was a song that was really like it had a really positive message, but it's really quirky and weird. Like the
Hmm.
more I listen to it now. Um but I was like, in a kind of dark place, and that really helped lift me up. And so I've found like the rest of the shit that he had put out to that point, and it was kind of my like introduction into really getting into hip hop. And then you look more into like where his sounds come from and stem from, and you obviously find Kanye, because I mean you can pretty much do that with any artist that's gotten big in the last decade. That
Facts.
you look at their inspiration, and it goes back to Mr. West. Um and so I don't know what the fuck the first Kanye album I listened to was. But I do know that whenever I was in high school and in band, I could not wait to play All the Lights at every single football game. I played that shit as loud as I could every single time. Every single time. I was
Hey,
annoying with the trumpet too. Like
I
for
was gonna
that
say, were
one,
you like the lead trumpet?
no, 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 no. But I played like I was.
that's that Kanye confidence coming through.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing, man. That confidence, like that, I'm the best. It doesn't matter if I'm actually the best. If you keep telling
Yeah,
yourself you're the best and you actually work towards it, hey, one of
yeah,
them days it might happen.
yeah. No, that's real. I resonate with like that manifestation of a confidence because I feel like personally I've like that's another reason why I fuck with Kanye so much, bro. Like it's just like believing till you're like, oh shit, I am him type shit.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
You almost get that feeling like that. I even had the pink polo. I thought I was Kanye.
I'm gonna say you have the pink polo.
I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. What's your favorite Kanye album?
Fuck. It might be Donda, bro. It's too early to tell, but it might
Okay.
be. It might
Bruh.
be.
Why you say
I,
Donda?
dude, it's fucking beautiful. It's fucking It's absolutely fucking beautiful. Like at the first listen through, whenever I'm just getting goosebumps on my drive to work, I cannot tell you another time that on my drive to work in the morning I've gotten goosebumps listening to anything.
Yeah.
But like whenever I hear Don Toliver say, "I want to go to the moon," nah, bro, fucking chills.
Nah, for real.
My favorite song off the Donda shit is off the deluxe. It's the one with Andre 3K. That
Life of the
shit
Party.
is fucking beautiful. Life of the Party is so beautiful.
It
It's
really
almost not
is.
a song, bro. Like it's like he just like talks beautifully. No homo.
It's like a monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a monologue, like a letter to heaven.
Yeah. No, that's my my favorite songs on there probably. Honestly, probably Come Back to Life, bruh.
That one's fucking gorgeous.
When I first heard that song, bro, like I was like, nah, he's back, bruh. He never left, but he's back type shit.
Yeah.
Like it gave me that feeling like that I had like the first time I was really like becoming a Kanye fan of like, damn, bro, this is like otherworldly, like this feeling that I like is giving me. And cause music is all about like feeling. And so like, yeah. I don't know if I would say Donda though. I don't know if I would say Donda.
It's like I said, it's probably too. If I have to omit that one, it's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is fire. But
Yeah.
Late Registration though, late registration, that's my shit.
Yeah.
Late Registration, it had
I love it.
Addiction. Oh, Roses.
So that's kind of an unfair question, man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I love about like his discography, bro. It's like no matter what answer you say, it's right.
Pretty much, yeah. I feel like you could even say, what is it? Jesus is King, and that could still be right because I mean, it's good. And I feel like what every hour, yeah. I feel like in a weird way, Jesus is King had to like walk so that Donda could run. You know what I mean?
Facts. Talk about that because that's facts.
Like, okay, because Kanye, I mean, Kanye's done like an interesting take on gospel-esque music all the way back to what album was Jesus Walks on?
That was
College Dropout.
Dropout, yeah, all the way back, right? And I mean, like it's never really been as prevalent as I think it was on Pablo with Ultralight Beam. Like that was a completely different take than it was in Jesus Walks, obviously. Completely different sounds, right? Yeah. And then I think he saw a lot of the like success in that song, and I'm sure he felt a lot of happiness in making that song because you could just hear it. Like it's such an uplifting, happy song that then whenever he went to make what do you do after that? Yay? Was it Yay after that?
After Life of Pablo?
After Life of Pablo. Was Yay the next project? Or was it Jesus is King?
I think it was Kids See Ghosts.
No, it was Yay and then Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah. And then Jesus. And you know, yeah, I think like you know he got back to like his original sound with Yay, or maybe not so much original sound, but like his more mainstream sound with Yay, right?
Right.
But then I mean I think you can argue that Ghost Town was like the best one on there, and that goes back to that Ultralight Beam uplifting, you know, kind of vibe. And so I think he like had you can hear a lot of happiness in making those songs, and at the same time I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but like probably the highest streamed, if not one of the highest streamed songs on either of their respective albums. And so he's like, well, they're doing well and I'm happy making them, you know, let's go all in. And so he did Jesus is King, and I think like he got clowned on for it, obviously, because people love to just make fun of like being really religious, and he did kind of just like shove it in your face, which is, so like I get it, but and I still think it was good. I don't love Chick-fil-A closed on Sunday.
Oh, that shit was so fire.
I like it's not bad, but that's not one that whenever I hear closed on Sunday, usually I'm like, okay, yeah, now I want Chick-fil-A though. And like
Bruh.
But I think like I think just like a lot of those sounds that he had on there translated into Donda, and that's where you hear like the beautiful, chords and come to life on the keys. Did you know that's Tyler the Creator playing those keys?
On Donda, yeah.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, Jacob told me that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That
He
makes
got
a lot
he
of
got
sense.
everybody on that shit, bro.
That makes
He
a lot
really
of
did.
sense, actually.
He really did.
We spoke about Trunky before he came up to the stage, and now you're seeing it in action versus the Tekken World Tour champion.
So he loves the game. Loves the game.
So Trunky has been doing this for quite some time. Please don't sleep on the man. You see how he punched him?
Get ready for the next battle.
My name is Trung Mai. I go by Trungy in the fighting game community, FGC or Tekken. Growing up, I was raised by pretty much my brother, who I just followed around all the time, and he hung out at the mall. And he pretty much left me at the arcade and then went and hung out with his friends. The game that had the largest line when I was there was Tekken. So to make my $2 last, I would have to play Tekken and try and beat as many people as I can and make my $2 last.
It was kind of disconcerting because I was 15 or 16 and he was about 5 or 6 years younger, and as a teenager I thought, hey, I'm pretty good at this game, and then all of a sudden this kid is coming in and just laying waste to everyone that plays this game.
New wall bounce or east wall bounce.
Jesus.
But yeah, man. All the Donda, man. I listened to that album so much. Bro, I didn't listen to Certified Lover Boy till like 3-4 days after it came out because I was still like listening to Donda.
Yeah.
Donda.
And that's wild.
Certified Lover Boy. I finally like got around to like starting to like really like that album because like when it first dropped, I was like one of the Kanye stan-boys. I was like nah, bro. He not even competing with my man. Because I was so like you, bro. I was so stuck in listening to Donda and like just running that back. It was like he gave us plenty of material to like stay with type shit.
For a while,
So,
I
like,
still listen to it regularly.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just still stuck in that like that haze. But when I finally listened to it for the first time, like it felt so like anticlimactic. If that's the
It almost felt lackluster.
Yeah.
Like just a
Go ahead.
like it felt like in a weird way, it felt like, oh, this is just another Drake album. Like it's exactly what you expected, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which sucks. And like I saw a bunch of people on Twitter like the day it came out being like, it's not cool to hate Drake today. It's not cool to clown on Drake today. I'm like, I'm a fan. I've seen this motherfucker live. I paid to see him with my eyes. I'm a fan. Don't get me wrong. This is not his best work. You imagine if this shit would have came out in like last January whenever it was supposed to come out?
No, yeah.
Dude, we would have clowned the fuck out of it.
What?
I honestly feel like it would have been received better, bro. Because I feel
Think
like
so?
a lot of people who were hating on it were talking about comparing it to the Kanye shit, and it's like no disrespect to Drake,
But that's like what is 8 months less of production on there? Like 8 months less work on that?
True.
Think about how many verses probably got added late. Think about how many different just alterations and revisions to production that they made
Yeah.
after the fact. Like, think about 8 whole months that they had extra to work on that, and take all those months away and give us just that. No shot. No shot.
Damn, CLB was fire though.
I enjoyed it once I finally got around to like listening to
You the
it.
one person I know, JoJo, who actually like really fuck with it.
No, like,
Which is
well,
random, 'cause you usually
I don't
make-
really listen to. I think I'm different because I don't really listen to music like that. I listen to music, but I don't listen to like for example, when people talk about the Weeknd's doing the same shit over and over again, I don't really like care because I don't listen to Weekend like that. So when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, this shit's fire, and I keep it moving. So
Okay.
like, so I don't listen to Drake like that. So when I listened to the album, I was like, this shit's fire. And there's some songs on here that were fire. Do I go back to it? Nah, but it's fire. It's fire material. It's fire material. That's how I feel about most albums.
Speaking of that, how do y'all feel oversaturation plays into like how you look at art? Like you were saying, like a lot of people feel. Well, I can't say a lot of people feel because this is just putting that on people, and this is how I feel.
Mm.
But I feel like there's like the trap wave is like kind of like dying off, and I feel like that's because of oversaturation. So
I disagree.
what do you think then?
I disagree, bro. It's evolving right now. It's evolving so much right now. Like Plug and B is insane. Plug and B, that's like the new form of trap, but it's like it's inspired by like hyper pop. It's inspired by hyper pop, like cool 80s synths mixed with trap music and fucking auto tune.
Can you
And
give us
like,
like a reference song? What would be a
I would say you probably don't know Autumn. You probably, I
talking?
guess like Cardi. Just think of Cardi, but chill.
I'm gonna just
Wow,
Google
that's
Cardi, but
Well,
chill.
right.
So not Cardi.
So not Cardi, right?
no, Cardi has Plug and B like
It's like
Cardi
ska.
Cardi has
Like
Plug and B like vibes,
uh-huh.
but he's not Plug and B. Plug and B is a little bit more chill, but
Who's
he
the most
has like
popular
the
plug and B artist? Matter of fact, I'm looking up. I got you.
Can
He said
Can
Autumn. Who?
Can
Can
Can Can Can Kan or Yeet. Yeet can be considered Plug and B.
Oh, okay. Yee. Okay, for sure.
Yeet can be considered Plug and B. Yeah, he can be
Interesting.
Plug and B. Like the groove and shit. That's
Yeah.
Plug and B shit. But Plug and B is coming in strong as hell. Plug and B is coming in strong. So I don't think trap is dying out at all. I think it's just evolving right now.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, I kind of had that same thought with different different examples. Like not exactly like JoJo's, but I am excited to listen to Woke Up though. This looks like a good song. Anyway, sorry. Uh fuck. Yeah, I don't think trap's dying. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. That's like saying that rock and roll's dying. Like, sure, it may not be like the number one hit mainstream, you hear it on the radio all the time thing, but like it's still gonna be a prevalent part and like a big player in music forever.
On
Like
God.
it's not just gonna fall off.
Yeah, it's just evolving into something else. Like you can put rock and roll with the new like woozy bedroom poppy ass sound right now. It
Yeah.
has so many influences, and it like real good music never dies. It just evolves and just sounds a little bit different.
I think that's why it's important to have subgenres in music though, because like ultimately like trap falls under hip hop, but so does a lot of the like new R&B stuff. Is it falls under hip hop, and I feel like that's why it's so important to have subgenres. Like, I mean, whenever you think about rock and roll, you think there's like country rock now, fucking heavy metal, and like the screaming shit, right? And
Yeah,
then I
screamo
mean,
and heavy metal are different.
yeah, right, I don't fucking know the difference. They sound the same to me.
You can have screamo.
All the
Do what?
screamo and rock and roll fans are like, "Fuck you,
What
dog."
the fuck? There's a difference.
You can have heavy metal without screaming, though. You can have heavy metal with just like it's just like the texture.
Okay, is it more of like a drum thing?
No. It can be drums. It's just like you can have heavy metal. You can have things that are heavy metal. It's just the texture of it. Because I think that's what it comes down to is the texture. The texture gives the feeling. It's
Define
just like
texture.
I can consider even though Playboy Cardi is not heavy metal, I can consider him heavy metal. Like if
Okay,
you make it
it's
like
like a
for
vibe.
example, yeah, like for
Okay,
example, I'm working on a song right now, and it's taking that shit, but it's making it. I want to make it even darker. I want to make it like fucking like dark as hell. So that can be considered heavy metal because I want that vibe, I want that anger, I want that aggression, and I like that shit. So it can be considered heavy metal. It's just a feeling that you want to get, you know.
I see. So do you define genres by, well, it can be and or both, but do you define genres by their mood or their like production style and voice kind of styles and decisions? Like how do you define a genre? Because the way you were saying heavy metal can be something attributed to Cardi, when other people would say that he's like mostly like hip hop and trap. Like how would you kind of differentiate and like define like this is heavy metal because this has this specific trait?
Uh, because I think it's just I listen to a lot of shit, so I can understand where they got certain shit from. Like Cardi, like a lot of his grooves, I'm like, damn, that reminds me of some new metal shit from the '90s, like Korn and shit. Like his vibe reminds me of Korn, and Korn reminds me of heavy metal in certain ways. And then I was like, all right, if you take Cardi's sound and add like some metalocalypse to that shit, some metal shit, and make it even darker, that would be a extra, extra, extra heavy ass sound. So I don't really think of I think of genres based off of what everyone else thinks of it. However, I think that you can take those descriptors and apply them to whatever you want so that you can have a shared understanding, for example. Like if I for example, I'm talking to my friend about dick juice and
That's a beat. That's a beat instrumental name. I
Okay,
just want.
okay. I was like,
I was like, where are we going?
that took a fucking turn.
so
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
like
dick juice, yeah.
I was talking to my friend about dick juice, and I was sending him the project in order for him to start working on it a little bit. And he sent me something back, and I was like, "Hey, like, can you turn it down like negative 2.57 like semitones or some shit?" Because I was like, "Oh, I need it to be more heavy metal. I need it to be more heavy metal. That's the vibe I want. I want it to be more angry."
Mm,
So it's not really a. It's just a descriptor.
mm,
It's just a descriptor for the vibe I want, or
yeah,
the like, just the vibe. Yeah, it's just a
yeah,
descriptor for the.
I like that way of looking at it. I really do.
yeah, yeah.
I think like looking at it that way opens you up to a whole new like world of sounds that you may not have normally resonated with just because of like the vibe or the intent behind those sounds. I really like that.
Mm, yeah, because like if you consider like you can be like, all right, I want heavy metal drums. That then you can be like, all right, let me go to like, that's kind of that's kind of hard because you can have heavy metal drums like the feel of a heavy metal drum doing different things. But you can be like, "Oh, I want these drums to feel more gritty like a heavy metal like a lot of heavy metal. I want it to be more gritty." And it adds that extra layer of, "Okay, I know exactly what you want." Instead of, "Bruh, I don't know what the fuck you want." Cuz I hate that shit when I work with people or when I work with when I try to work with someone and I'd be like, "Hey," or they'd be like, can I get this, this, and this?" And I'm like, "Bro, what are you talking about?" Instead of just being like, "Oh, I know this song. This is a song I'm referencing, and this is the type of it gives me." And so when they be like, "Oh, I want something chill," if I know they like Erica Badu and I know they like Jill Scott, I want a chill bass line. I'm like, "All right, I know where to go to. I know how to mix it. I know how to get that sound correct so that I can make it vibe for them." But if we don't have that same frame of reference of what chill means or what a vibe is or what I want to be able to smoke and chill to this shit. If we don't have the same frame of reference, it's going to be hard to make that shit.
That I think, like, I mean, it's the metaverse and like technology, and one thing that I've learned about technology is that it's inevitable. Like once, cause bruh, before TikTok was popping, bruh, remember when it was on UT campus and like they were trying to get everybody to get on TikTok?
Dude, yeah, all those stickers. I was like, ain't nobody getting that shit.
Bruh? And now it's like everywhere, bruh. I was like, technology is inevitable, bruh. So like, no matter what, we're eventually gonna adopt this shit into our lives, and we're gonna have to figure out a way to like, like live with it. And so the thing that like I'm scared of like the future, quote unquote, but at the same time I'm like, bruh, like I'm gonna have to like figure this shit out, because I'm not gonna like be the nigga that like, because I feel like I low-key mixed the TikTok wave, bruh. You be telling me to get on and I'm like, I feel like I missed the wave, bruh. I'm like, and you told me to get on, I was like, damn, I missed the wave, and you put me on before the wave. Damn.
Dude, I haven't been on TikTok in so long.
Yeah.
I'm just completely inactive. I probably have like 200 fucking missed like messages or some shit on there. Like, because people send me TikToks and shit. I just don't. I have not opened the app.
Yeah.
I fuck with Reels right now. I'm really into Instagram Reels right now. They're fun.
I like the Reels too. I'm not tapped into TikTok at all. I got into a weird algorithm and like was like, delete that.
You started seeing a bunch of thirst traps, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
She said a weird algorithm.
You saw how quickly JoJo went. Yeah.
She said it was one ass too many.
Oh, it wasn't at. Well, you know what?
Oh.
It's crazy how many thirst traps are on like all social media.
Yeah.
Bro, that's how come I had to get off social media, bro. I was realizing like, damn, bro, like whenever I like don't get on social media, bro, like my like testosterone levels. What's the word for like horniness? Libido? Yeah, like I'm gonna just say my horniness levels because I'm a nigga. But my horniness levels be like off the fucking charts, bro. And like whenever I'm not on that shit, I don't think about that shit, bro. I legitimately, unless like it's actively presented to me in like my real time, I don't think about that shit. And I was like, damn, bro, being on social media and like all these social media sites and how they like push that shit, bro. It's like it's not on accident type shit. And when I realized
it's definitely not on accident.
Yeah, because I used to just think like, bro, I'm just seeing thirst traps. I was like, yeah, like whenever I tap on like on his booty, Instagram's gonna be like, oh, but this man like booty, show him more booty. Like I didn't think about that shit, bro.
I don't even think like if you don't even like
your algorithm after the first like.
Oh,
like I got into sexy black boy TikTok so quick. I was like, shit, how did we get here? I was trying to travel.
Joy swiped 5 videos down and it was the same dude.
It was a lot of dudes. I was seeing their lives. I was like, whoa, where am I?
Wait, what kind of stuff were you seeing them do on live? Were they like building cabinets or like
on a handyman shit?
Yeah, like was it like handyman stuff? You know, were they like doing laundry? Were they cooking? Were they playing ball in the yard? Like
they were literally like, oh my god, they were just sitting there not doing shit.
You see like them with a PlayStation controller in your hand, and then you hear GTA in the back, like.
Or they would be like with their friends, like it'll be like a group of them, and they'd be like bringing girls up, and like. As a woman, that shit is interesting.
She's like, I couldn't help myself.
I want to know what they say.
When they bring girls up, because I'd be like, now how they gonna talk to this woman and what is she gonna say? So I just be watching like one time I was on TikTok and I was live and it was like a group of guys or whatever. And they brought this girl up and she told them, she was like, yeah, I watch anime. Okay, right? So they started quizzing her on anime shit.
No.
She was failing everything. You know what she got right? The one thing she got right was not Sasuke, but
Naruto.
no, Naruto's for the girl.
Oh, Sakura.
Sakura.
Sakura. She got
So
her
over my
right.
fucking head. I don't know
And
any of
then,
that shit.
right. But and here I'm like, okay, I've watched a couple Naruto episodes. I would be able to, but I was looking at these characters like, well, what the fuck? I ain't never even seen them. This is some Baruto shit, okay? I'm not there yet.
Bruh, if a nigga's asking you like not like characters that you don't see in the like little Crunchyroll adverts, bruh, they not trying to like know your anime knowledge. They just trying to like be an asshole, bruh.
And
They
that's
literally
you
just
could
trying to be an
tell.
asshole.
You could tell that they were trying to be assholes to her. And she was trying to take it like real cool. And it was just like, I don't know. But they was fine though. I give them they look good. That's why I said, and then they, you know what? They chill with their shirts off, all oiled up.
Of
tattoos
course.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's how I sit around in the living room.
Right. Then they talk
Every day, bro.
like this.
They know what they doing.
Well,
But they gotta
yeah.
keep it. They gotta keep it subtle though. That's what I realized about like social media, bro. It's like niggas be knowing what they doing, but they gotta make it subtle so it's not like overt. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like that shit like really started freaking me out, bro. Because I was like, damn, bro. Like I'm conditioned to like booty, bro. I'm conditioned.
Are you conditioned?
Are
like
you
booty?
conditioned?
I'm
Yeah.
conditioned, bro. I like
It's a
booty.
male thing. Whether you're gay
I-
or straight, you
That's
like
what I'm saying, bro. I think it's just like people, like we are human, and just because like it's on social media doesn't mean that we are not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's a reason it does so well on social media.
I think like social media just profits off of human.
Yeah, they just
human
capitalize on
tendencies.
what your human instinct is, which is
Right.
double tapping ass.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I even like, for example, like, and I don't even double tap like thirst traps or any of that shit. But like when I scroll down my shit, it's like music, music, music. But every other thing is a girl, and I'm like, bruh, I
They
just
try to
want
slide those in there. They sneak them in. Like, are you sure you don't
Yeah.
want more of that? Are you sure?
Well, too, like when we talk about oversaturation, girls partake in social media a lot more than men do because, like, y'all stuff is girls, but that's my shit too. Like, I'd be like, I want to see this bitch on my Explorer. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't give a shit about bikini hoe, but you know, I think girls just partake in social media way more.
I think
Simply,
everybody can
well, I
more
won't say
too.
simply, but mainly for the satisfaction of look at all these niggas double tapping my ass pic. They get
It's just
tired.
crazy. How do you
Yeah.
think that's affecting the kids, man?
Oh,
Oh, the kids is gonna be so interesting to see how they turn out in 20
literally
years.
see I see it already.
Wait, for real? Oh shit, you work with kids.
I see it already. They literally cannot be off their phone for more than 5 minutes. It's crazy.
They like have
Literally-
meltdowns and shit, don't they?
No,
That's
like
crazy.
I'm a sub, so I always let classes like get on their phones. Literally, the first thing I say
You're the
is,
cool
"You can
sub.
have free, yeah, you can have free time. We just have to get through this, and we're gonna do it together. So let's get it done, so you can be on your phone." And they get so excited. Just
Oh my
like,
god.
yeah, we're gonna, you know what I mean? Like they get so excited to get the opportunity to be on their phone. Even when I like am letting them work and stuff, I'm like, you can listen to music on your phones. And they're like, oh my God, we love you. Like,
That's crazy.
use your phone. But they get TikToks every sec. And I see too that they like it's gonna be a huge issue in their self-worth
Yeah.
because they're constantly going to be comparing themselves to what they see online and the next person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, it'll make, and I say young girls, but the guys too. It'll make them like do things that are not natural to them
Hmm.
just so they can get more likes or just so they
Clout.
TikTok famous or just so they can be Insta famous or so they get more views. So like they are already conditioned to be on social media. So they are going to have the easiest transition into the metaverse.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that's what
sure.
I was just thinking. I was
Yeah.
just thinking of
Like
that.
when they get 16, their life. And
Damn.
at 12 and at like 13 to 16 is not that far away. Like
Nah.
they're not that far from it. So, yeah, when this shit's up and going, like those glasses are gonna be like cell phones for them,
I feel
Take
like
your
they're the
glasses off in class.
Oh
and
shit.
they're not
Yo,
gonna
you
leave
imagine?
out. But it's gonna because when I think about things like that, like even when AirPods came out, college students, yeah, there were some with AirPods, but most of us were broke, so we weren't really just out spending money on AirPods.
Hmm.
But kids, they asked for AirPods for Christmas. Like, so more of them had it. They asked for it for their birthday. So more of them have like the new gadget, right? Even when hoverboards were a thing, hoverboards were just really popular among kids because they could ask for that shit. So
Yeah.
when
I never
the
understood the
metaverse,
hoverboard one.
huh?
Never understood that one.
Not a
You know
fan.
what?
Yeah, not a
I
fan.
understood it. I try not to be with the popular kids, so I was like, fuck the hoverboard.
They didn't even hover. They
They didn't
didn't
even.
even
I could
hover.
totally see Joy doing that. Like, it's got wheels. How the fuck can it hover?
No, literally, Dalton, I was not like every time I saw a hoverboard, I literally wanted to spit in front of them. Like, stop.
God damn.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I did not. But I just didn't like anything that was popular amongst popular kids.
She's
So
that person.
Damn,
I was that
bro.
person. Like Jordans, I did not.
How the fuck can you hate on Jordans?
I didn't hate Jordans. I just didn't buy them. Like
That
Okay.
makes sense,
I was
bro.
like
Like, they're
I
expensive.
was one of those people. I was a sneakerhead who didn't have sneakers because everybody had those like I knew when the Bread 11s were coming out, but I wasn't about to go get them because all you niggas are gonna show up on Monday with these Bread 11s, and I'm not about to be dressing like you hoes. Like that was me. Like,
Damn.
but the shoes are nice though. You know what I mean? So like,
Everybody who brought the 11s just caught a huge stray.
They looking at
no,
their feet right now, like, damn, nigga,
Damn.
yeah.
but that's how
That's
I
a
felt.
hard ass
Like
name.
I did not want to be with the in crowd, so I did everything in my power to stay with the out crowd, which made me cool.
Mama, Baba, this the American dream, ain't it? Can't take this shit. Death in my eyes is killing my soul. Another one gone as I stare at my phone. We was designing the system, was plotting, was looking for options and hell of the blow. Bitch, I want the motherfucking smoke, nigga. Bitch, I can tell you my foe. We are not friends. I will put bullets in him and turn this shit off on my kin. Services begin, I pray for my soul. That niggas will know the legend of soul. They kill all my brothers, it's my time to go. But I know this prison can't battle me, no. Yeah, can't battle me, honestly. Young nigga prodigy, making it out an anomaly. Surviving this world for what swallow me.
Face
So
ass.
Right. And I didn't even know I was cool until like I got out of high school and came to UT, and I really wasn't cool. I was like, dude, I used to be so cool. But
Oh damn.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I felt the opposite. I felt like coming out of high school, I was like, yeah, I'm just that dorky kid with the camera. And then I came to college and people were like, oh shit, you fuck with cameras?
Yeah, he's like a big man on campus. Everybody
Fuck with
loves
cameras,
him.
bro?
Yeah. Bro, what you got there? Is that Sony? Oh shit, it's Canon? Yo. Which one though?
Which one? Or you had the people
Oh,
like,
damn.
wow, how do you do this with a camera?
Yeah, it'd be some basic ass shit too sometimes.
Yeah,
Bro, as
I just press this button.
Yeah, I hit that and I set it on the tripod and I go, listen to music for a minute. And then boom, it's a time lapse.
Mm.
bro, as future parents of like people who like our kids are finna be in the metaverse, how do y'all think y'all finna like well, potential future parents, I don't know what y'all plans are. But like how do you think you're gonna police that, bro? Like your kid being in the metaverse, bro? Because I
I'm
heard
gonna
like
let them go all fucking in. You go viral or you don't eat.
You should research that.
Yo, chill.
No, I did tell one of my friends that I was playing Rocket League with the other night though. He and his wife are expecting, and I was like, bro, you know what you got to do whenever the baby's born. You got to put the baby on a chair and put some like headphones on. You don't have to have anything going through it. Just have like maybe Mickey Mouse or something on the TV, but then have like a Twitch stream going on and make the baby look like the baby's playing like Call of Duty or Rocket League or something, like some pro gamer shit, and have like the baby be the biggest fucking streamer in the world because it's a baby playing COD or it's a baby playing, GTA.
Gotta start them young.
Yeah, and like, right? Like, I feel like people would watch that shit.
People would, and the baby was doing good too. Like,
Now, if the baby was cold, that'd be crazy.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You just sit the baby in front of like a monitor, right? And they're just like watching Mickey Mouse or some shit. So like they're, gone just in the screen. But then you're down there like playing COD or playing GTA, something. And the baby's probably getting donations and bringing money in.
oh, because the camera is just gonna be on.
Because the
baby,
camera's
but
on
what
the
they
baby.
see playing is like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They do that with dogs and cats too. So.
Oh, do they do that already?
They do that with dogs and cats.
Your children.
That's not
hell yeah.
it's just,
You know how? After
hell yeah.
after the you remember a couple years ago when Fortnite was like the biggest thing in the world?
Yeah.
There was like $1 million tournament for Fortnite and some like 14, 15-year-old kid won it. I saw something the next day. I don't remember like where I saw it or who posted it on Instagram, but something the next day was like almost 1,000 kids nationwide were pulled out of school for homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
Because parents are like, yo, there's money in this Fortnite shit that you love to play that I hate. All right, Timmy, sit the fuck down.
Yeah, like
go get these victories.
I think that the more we like, since we grew up in this era, I remember when I was a kid and I was like, Mom, can I get an Elgato so I can stream zombies? And she's like, the fuck? No.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard to explain.
Yeah, and I was like, dang, like, and it was like when YouTube was like not even that big yet for real. And I was like, hey, like, it's a potential in this. And she's like, nah, it's going to ruin your future. And then all the zombie people that I used to watch that were on like having like 100 views, they all went to 1 million. And I'm like, bruh,
you're so sick.
I was. Because now all that now like everybody's playing that shit. Everybody's going hard. So I think that if since we're, at least for me, I understand that kids know what they like. Kids know what they like and kids know what they do. So, or like what is in right now, kids really know that shit. So, for example, Roblox. Kids are really into Roblox. I was in Roblox when I was a kid. But kids are really into Roblox. Yeah, Roblox was out when I was in
Roblox
first
has been
grade.
around for a minute.
Yeah, it's been around.
Yeah, it's been around. Like I was in first grade playing Roblox. And I was like, bro, like, so as it got bigger, and when they IPO'd, I was like, bro, Roblox is going to go insane. So I was telling my people, I was like, hey, like you should invest in Roblox. Started out 60, it went all the way 120. But other than that, like my friends and my friends' kids, all their kids are into Roblox. They're playing that shit all the time. There's hella money in Roblox because you can use your Robux and convert it into real money. So if you get like an in-game item that's rare, you can convert that to real money and make thousands of dollars.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these little niggas be asking me for Roblox money.
But
She's
but
like, I
kids,
see.
but some kids,
Like
but
that
kids,
just opened up a lot for me.
but yeah, but little kids are not on that shit for real. They don't understand that shit. Older people understand that shit, so they're taking advantage of it. But a lot of kids don't understand that shit, so they just go on there and just buy random clothes. That's
Be
all
careful
Robux
because
is
some
for.
of them kids do know what they doing. Because now I'm
Yeah,
like,
Facts.
if I had
Kids be
$1
smart.
for every kid that has asked me for Roblox, like the Roblox money or whatever, I don't know what the fuck it is. I was like, I don't even know how to get you that. Oh,
It's
let me
basically a form of crypto at this point.
yeah, like
it is.
I don't know.
But
Like,
you could do that before. Like you can sell your Robux you can give your Robux for real money. However, it takes a lot of Robux to do that shit. So in order to make Robux, what you can do is you can become a developer of a game, or you can ask your parents for Robux cards and do that.
that's what they do.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like a
Wait,
lot
wait,
of these
wait,
kids
wait.
aren't going to become a developer of a game.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, can developers theoretically, just throwing this out, can a developer theoretically create enough Robux like currency to like make like could you if I learn how to develop some shit, create a Robux currency and then transition that to money, is that like a finesse or is that like do they have like something to stop that? Because
No,
then I would just like
that is a finesse. Like if you know how to make Robux
what?
work, like there's kids that are making thousands of dollars off Roblox because
That's
they make
crazy.
they make games. They make games for Roblox. And since Roblox is like you can make any game you want, they make any type of game they want. And the more traction they get to that game and the more clothes they put into that game, people spend Robux on those clothes. And that's how Robux on the clothes and also on in-game advantages. So, for example, on speedrun, you can get advantages like, oh, you can run faster or you can jump higher and things like that. And you pay Robux for those advantages. And when you do that, it's just you get those advantages and you keep on moving.
So it's like
So
designing. It's not like becoming an official developer for Roblox. It's like and
you
like
are
getting
though.
hired by them, but it's like creating almost like community based
Yeah,
maps, modes, skins, upgrades, things like
right.
that.
Right.
Okay,
It's like
Crazy.
Minecraft. It's like
I
Minecraft.
got you. Yeah, almost like building a Minecraft server was back in the day.
Wait a minute.
Right.
I get that.
Minecraft is old too.
Minecraft is old as fuck.
Yeah. It was
Bro,
out when I was
Minecraft been around.
yeah.
Minecraft been around, bro.
And it's so OP. Like the Roblox and Minecraft is so OP because it's never ending. The games are
Yeah.
never ending and you can
Yeah.
always build more games. And that's the reason why I was telling people to invest in Roblox. However, a lot of adults don't understand Roblox because they didn't grow up with that shit and they do not do the research into Roblox. And they just be like, oh, my kid just asked for Robux. I'm just going to give my kid the Robux and not understand what they're buying. They're just buying random clothes that don't mean shit. And taking that information and then applying it to the metaverse where you're going to buy random shit, random shit in the metaverse to put in your metaverse little houses and shit. And people are at home not doing shit, don't really buy anything for real or have anything for real. Everyone's on their phone. It's like, bruh, taking the Roblox formula and applying it to a metaverse where everyone can access it,
Yeah.
but people are already buying useless random shit. There's no way this shit's not blowing up.
Yo,
So
you know
is
it's
there
crazy?
Metaverse bucks, or you gotta pay like real money?
Well, it'll
Yeah.
probably be in a form of crypto. Either, I mean, Bitcoin will probably be something that's a part of it or heavily involved in it.
Ethereum.
Ethereum, yeah. The thing with
Uh,
Bitcoin and Ethereum though is that like with Bitcoin, supposedly there will never be more than 21 million of them, right?
Right.
But with Ethereum, like I'm pretty sure there's a CEO of Ethereum, and like they can always kind of just make more. But those are like the big two.
At the same time, Ethereum goes off of a proof of work system right now, proof of work system. So it's kind of the same as Bitcoin.
Yeah.
However, once it goes to proof of stake, what they're going to do is they're going to make it a deflationary asset where whenever a transaction of Ethereum happens, they're going to burn Ethereum to make it deflationary.
I see. Okay, that's
And
smart.
then on top of that, well, that's it with Ethereum. But Ethereum, it's going to be a deflationary asset, and then also people can build things on to run their apps. So you can make your own coin, put it on Ethereum, and you can do it that way as well. And there are like altcoins that help Ethereum and Bitcoin kind of run smoother and help it be more accessible to a wider audience. And that's where like most of the money's at. And that's where all the like Matic, Atom, Cardano, Atom like not what's it called? Cosmos. I'm investing in that shit. Cosmos, Tezos. There's so many things out there right now. Engine, Immutable X. Like there's so many things that are developing right now that are hype, but also has crazy use case. However, not a lot of people know about it because right now we're not at a point where we're kind of getting there, but we're still not at a point where people are taking crypto seriously because of the volatility. However, the volatility is just within crypto. People just gotta get over that shit.
I was watching a video that was saying, like in the future with like the metaverse and it being something that's like once it gets to a point where we have like 6G, and things can like move like damn near instantly, like with everybody being on the metaverse and like interacting in the metaverse is like an actual workspace instead of it just being something where you just like go into for like I guess entertainment. Whenever it gets to that level, then with the currency of the like most governments like specifically the United States like decreasing, like the value and the US dollar is decreasing, and a lot of Bitcoin and like blockchain like cryptocurrencies like don't have that problem. So they're saying like in the future like that's going to be the main like I guess currency that people use in the metaverse. What do you think about that?
I agree and disagree. I think there's always going to be a place for the US dollar, because the US dollar is, even though it's not backed by gold, it's kind of backed by gold in a sense, because people value the US dollar, and most of the gold reserves is like like US has most of the gold in the world. The US bank has most of the gold in the world, and then the US dollar is also used as like a backing system for most governments, which is insane. So I don't think the US dollar is going to go anywhere for real.
I could see it pivoting though.
Yeah. However, like I do think that the more that cryptocurrency gains weight, I think there's going to be more options for people in America and other places to be like, oh, I want to be paid in Bitcoin, not in dollars.
Yeah, that's already happening.
Yeah. So.
Damn, y'all need to start sending me some articles and shit, cause I don't know nothing y'all talking about. You're watching me at Ethereum.
No, we got you. We got you. I'm finna thank you for coming on the show. I'm finna cut it off right here because we have amazing content right here. But
Not thank you.
Appreciate
for
you.
I'm cutting it off.
I mean, I'm gonna edit, bro. It's the magic of editing.
Why don't you don't ever give people the opportunity to share their platforms? Dalton, where can we find you?
Okay, so yeah, on Instagram and Twitter, it's just one long word, Dalton J Bradley. If you
Add the
like,
J. You need the J.
yeah, you gotta have the J. If you're into Call of Duty TikToks, you can find me on TikTok at Daltonius with an underscore. I haven't posted on there in quite some time, but I have some bangers. And at some point I might get back into it.
No, we were talking about way earlier in the conversation. We were talking about motivation, momentum, and there's a quote that I have on a sticky note on my desk at the office, and it says, "Don't rely on motivation. Losers rely on motivation. Always build momentum." So I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Yeah, that's
Thank you
really
guys for
good.
having me.
Thank you for coming.